Hey guys, so today you are going to be doing some practice with displacement versus distance. So you're going to do a little activity. This is one that if we were not virtual would be printed out and you would be given a physical penny. But since we are virtual, everything is adapted for us. So there's going to be a little penny in the activity and I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do with it. So of course we're going to make a copy of our assignment today. And basically, this activity is just going to help us view the difference between distance and displacement. So we're going to be moving our little penny across this little number line here, and we're going to be answering these questions as we go. We're going to type our answers directly in and then upload to Canvas as we normally do. And I'm going to move this out of the way. It's my office hours right now, but I don't think anybody's coming, but so that we can see the work. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to do some different exercises. So there's 5 of them to do. I'm going to do the first one with you. So you'll just put your answers directly into the lines here. And then when you get done with those exercises, you will answer the analysis questions. Again, you can put your cursor directly into this box and just answer the question. It would be really great if you could do your answer in a separate color or highlight your answer to make it easier for me to grade these as well. All right, so our little penny is up here at the top right corner. And we're just going to follow directions for each exercise. So I'm going to model exercise 1 for you, and then you guys will do 2 through 5 and the analysis questions on your own. Now, once you get the hang of this, you might not actually have to physically move the penny, like once you got it. But for visualization purposes, I'm going to show you how to do it. All right, so exercise 1 says to place the penny at 0. And we do want to pay attention to where we're placing the penny because some of them, like exercise 3, we're starting at -7, exercise 5, -4. So just make sure we're following the directions for each exercise step by step. So I'm going to click on my penny and I'm going to drag it to my 0 spot. Okay. So, and I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions as we go along too. So the first question, it says, what was your initial position? The initial position is always going to be where we start. So for our initial position for exercise 1, it's 0. Okay. Now we're going to move the penny to the right 3 squares. So 1, 2, 3. Move the penny to the left 7 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then move the penny to the right 2 squares. 1, 2. Okay. And if we don't know the difference between left and right, if you just make an L with both of your hands, the one that makes the correct L is left. Okay. All right. So that's how we move our penny. And now it says, what was your final position? So your final position is just where your penny is going to end up. So for us, it is -2. So we wound up at -2. Okay. So the third one is going to ask us, what distance did the penny travel? So the distance is the total. Okay. So all we're going to have to do is add the numbers that we moved. So 3 plus 7 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. So the total distance moved is 12, and we always need a unit, so I'm just going to say spaces. Okay. And I'm going to move this over just so our formatting doesn't get too messed up. All right, so our movement or our distance traveled was 12 spaces, because remember the distance is the total amount of ground covered. If you travel a mile, by walking back and forth for however long it takes you, you still traveled a mile. So the distance is the total move. So we can just add up the numbers that we moved from our activity. Now the displacement is where we wound up in relation to where we started. Okay. So we're going to take a look at our initial and our final position to help tell us the displacement. So we started at 0 and we wound up at -2. So our displacement was 2 spaces, and I'm just going to abbreviate SP, to the left, okay? Because remember, displacement is a vector quantity, so it does need a direction. So when you guys are answering these questions, remember that your distance is just going to be a unit, and then your displacement will be a unit and a direction, okay? Distance is scalar, displacement is a vector quantity, okay? So you will just do that for those next exercises. It should be very quick, okay? So we just did that one in less than 5 minutes. So once you're ready to reset, you can either take the penny off to kind of give yourself a little bit of a reset, or you can just go right into the next one, okay? So you're just going to use the little penny to move and do the displacement, and this will help us just kind of visualize the difference between distance and displacement. And do not forget to answer the analysis questions at the end. And this is in a landscape format, so as you type stuff in, sometimes the formatting can get a little bit off. As long as everything's there, you'll be okay. All right. When you're done, upload it to Canvas, but if you have any questions, definitely let me know.